Hey everyone, it just stopped raining. I have some trail maintenance I gotta do because Katie's dad is coming to town. We don't have great guest accommodation in the cabin as we have 3 of our own dogs that live inside, and we have a foster dog that has been staying with us the last month. So we need to be able to get the van back here, but the trail is pretty rutted out. So I'm gonna run out there, start working on trying to smooth those ruts out. So follow along. Check this out. I think the van might bottom out if it was in this rut, as we only have about 8 inches of clearance. That is definitely well over 8 inches. So I'm gonna kind of try and pull some of this middle stuff out to just kind of flatten things out. I mean, it's gonna take a bit, but I think that is the best bet. There's a bunch of standing water here. Kind of trying to make a way of letting the water out. Working pretty well so far. But this was, you remember the salamanders, this was a low spot where the salamanders were all crossing through. And so this was already kind of a little creek where water runs out. Seems to be doing a pretty decent job. Holy cow, it's way too humid for this. I would like to take my bug shirt off. So I'm basically pulling dirt from both sides of the trail. There are some really nice big rocks that I've pulled off of the side. As I drive the truck down, this will all level out nicely. It's a lot wider over there, so I'm not as worried over there. Basically this spot in here was where it was like almost a foot deep in some spots. Being a foot deep, then the van would not be able to make it over because there is a rear axle that could just grab on a rock or a bunch of dirt and just get stuck. I don't know if you can see, but the black flies are definitely out now. They are on me even less now that my clothes with the permethrin are out and exposed. The shirt, they were landing on it, no issue, and I kept getting bit in my back and stuff. And now with the permethrin, they're nowhere to be seen. Almost to the end. This is tough work. Let's test it out. I'm gonna go ahead and drive over it, see if there's any places I really need to worry about filling in better. There's a few spots where the middle is still very high, so it might be that I'm gonna have to pick up some gravel this week. Look right where I parked the truck. There's some Canadian bunchberry. I do think I'm going to need to get a truck full of fill gravel and then just shovel it in as we go over it. And I think that'll do a lot to even it out. Well, the second spot that I was thinking about filling as well actually felt a lot worse driving through it than this one did, and this was the worst of them. I turned around, came back through. This was kind of that low spot that is still kind of rough, but it felt a lot nicer on the way through again. So I think it's looking better. Hopefully as it dries out and we drive over it, it will be in a little bit better shape. This is looking a lot better over here already. So all in all, I think it was positive. I was a little bit worried after driving over the first time. I might pull a little bit more dirt that kind of pushed up from the truck, pushing it down over the flat spot, just to like keep trying to pack that dirt into it. Well, it's Monday. I called up a local gravel spot and they said I can come get a truckload. We'll see if we can't fill those holes today. Just got back from the gravel pit that I got in contact with, and they loaded me up with 2 skid steer buckets full. I'm just going to start loading up wheelbarrows and dropping it in this trench basically, and hoping that it'll help level things out a little bit. Oh, the dang black flies. I cannot believe the switch from yesterday being all mosquitoes to today being all little black flies or gnats, whatever you want to call them. They are really, really annoying, getting in my eyes. The bug spray seems to make them not want to land on me, but they still accidentally get in your eyelashes, and that's not... Oh, bug spray. Well, there was possible thunderstorm in the forecast, and it's looking fairly ominous back there. I'm hopeful this is going to help a decent amount. I don't know if I have enough gravel to really make a huge difference, but it should be enough of a difference. While it's loose, you know, once we start driving over it, I'm sure there's going to be some rutting again, but there'll be a lot more material that can kind of fill it. Very hopeful that that's going to be the case. Probably a third of what I had got left. I'm just going to keep filling until it's emptied out. Hopefully by the time that's done, we fixed our problem. All right, pro tip. The reason I use the tarp is because you can pull it up and pile it up really nice and clean out everything from the corners without getting things stuck in your tailgate and all that stuff. So if you ever have to pick up rock, gravel, dirt, get a tarp big enough for the back of your pickup truck so it can go over the edges, so that if something gets dumped in, it's not going to fold in on itself. You want it deep enough that it'll be on the bottom of your truck and up and over your the sides of your truck and your tailgate, so that then you can fold it over like a big burrito, and then you can ratchet strap it too if you have a long distance to go. Well, it had really started pouring through the camera in the truck and picked up everything. I'm not going to drive over the trail yet. I know there was supposed to be an afternoon thunderstorm that was supposed to stop fairly quick. Katie's on her way back. She worked this past weekend. My hope is by the time she gets back, I can drive out to where we normally park the van and pick her up, and the trail will be in decently dry shape to not do too much damage to the work that I just did. Katie made it back. It has been off and on pouring since this afternoon while I was out there. I'm hopeful that the trail isn't going to be completely destroyed. All the work that we just did isn't going to be completely destroyed because it's so wet right now. We got to get out there to pick her up and then kind of see from there if we're going to be able to get the van back. Katie's dad does get into town tomorrow evening. If it dries out overnight, maybe we can get it back tomorrow night and get everything set for him when he's here already. Guess we're going to just have to see how it goes. Well, I left the tarp out to dry off thinking the rain was going to be done, but now it's completely covered. The main reason I wanted to get gravel is because it will let the water out nicely, and as you can see where we have covered, it looks like an actual filled in spot, and then up there you can see water in all the divots where we didn't have enough gravel to go and fill all the way up that direction. That's exciting to see. Hopefully when we drive over it, it's not just completely destroyed. Well, that's kind of a bad sign. It's now just a trench that holds water, and when you drive over it, it squeezes out. Probably the worst time for there to be rain. We haven't had rain all frickin' spring. Of course it rained while I'm trying to work on this and when we got to get the van back.
I've never used this camera like this before. I mean, I back up to the trailer, you know, hook up the trailer and stuff, but I never
actually
used it just like following the lines and letting the thing do itself.
So Katie's dad came to town and we are trying to get
10
the
minutes
van
after
up.
I was here, they put me to work.
We are trying to back his truck down to right before that mud little pit because it hasn't dried out as much as I would have hoped to get the van up. So currently I parked the van on the other side of it, and we're gonna see if we can't make it up. And if we can't, he's gonna try to pull the van up with the truck.
Gang call here.
So he's parked right by the face trail. You guys have seen that in other videos. And this is probably the most difficult portion of this hill to get up. It's kind of a curve. In the past, we've got the van stuck here, but then right before this hill is the rutted out area. We've driven over a few times today. It's not nearly as wet as this morning, but it's still definitely a bit mucky.
A little slimy.
Whoa. Do you have confidence, Katie?
I do. I think you can do it. I think the van can do it. I think it'll be fun.
I'm gonna go get in it and we'll see.
We're all rooting. Woo, 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 woo. You can do it, you can do it, you can do it. Oh, yeah. Yeah! Come on, come on, come on!
Okay, well,
Huh?
he's stuck there, but we'll get him out from there. What a place to park.
It's the same spot we got. That's exactly where we got stuck before. It's like right as the hill starts to go up, it gets real steep.
You can see where the dirt was kicked up. Our tires are pretty bald. You can see where they were kind of scraping on things. But I think that mud didn't help. So we made it a decent way up that hill, but I have my little van kit in this bag. And there should be a ring to put on the bumper to be able to tow. Katie's dad's gonna back up down the hill and hopefully give us a nice gentle tow up the hill. The Ram ProMaster comes with a little eyelet, and there's a screw spot on the bumper that you can screw it in.
Okay. And there you have it. Successful. We knew it. Matt just needed a little bit of encouragement and backup plans. But now that we know that the van has that eyelet on it, that's super helpful because we didn't think there was any way to attach a tow rope to the front before, and so we felt pretty limited. But success. I'm gonna go get the truck now, and yay! Good job, Matt. What a beautiful day, though. Besides the bugs. If you ignore the bugs, look how beautiful it is.
Success for the first hill. We have one more little hill to go, so he's gonna kind of hang out with me and see that we can make it. Hopefully I can still make it up from where I did park, because it's still a little bit of an uphill. So it might be kind of slick, but we'll have to see. Quite exciting that we're getting the van back. So Katie's dad has somewhere to sleep tonight. He was a little worried when we showed him all the dogs in the living room, and that he might have to put up a little cot. I think he'll be happy to be able to sleep in the van tonight. So when Katie's dad got here, he cleared this area where we're going to park the van off the trail, so we still have a little bit of a turnaround. If you remember, there was a bunch of trees in here, but there's this little white pine that I wanted to save, so we're gonna find somewhere to transplant it to quick. There you go. All right, moving it up the trail to a nice sunny spot.
Give her a shot.
Thank you.
Oh. Well, I appreciate all the work to get this here. Because I know I'm going to sleep better in there.
Yeah. We made it happen. Van's in place. Should be enough room to turn around. And there are a bunch of things over here for projects over the next few days. So thanks for tagging along on this video. If you enjoyed it, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to our channel if you haven't already, and hit that bell to be notified as we post new content. Project season's starting, so look forward to seeing you guys on the next one. Have a good week. All right, come on, you can do it. You can do it. Little slick, little slick. Sorry, I didn't put my seatbelt on.